lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. A little bit of a different angle. I have begun the annual tradition of pulling out the Christmas boxes now. This is still just a few days before Thanksgiving, so I'm not decorating yet for Christmas, but it's time to pull the boxes down and maybe sort through some of the ornaments and do a little bit of repair work and start to decide what am I going to decorate with this year and what will I just maybe hold on to until next year. So I want to show you a few things, and but I'm sipping on some hot cider in my old 1930s cream and green enamel mug here. And when I heat the cider up, the mug gets really hot as well, and it's just fantastic. I hope you're enjoying something as well. Well, I'm on the floor here, and of course I've got one of these big plastic lids from a tub that's over top of the old rug here, so I don't mess it up. But look at this poor thing. It has definitely seen its better days, but just as shabby as it is, I love it. And I haven't used it. It's been boxed up for centuries, decades. And I will probably try to clean this. I guess this is what you call satin ribbon. It's got old, that's probably coal dust and who knows what else is on there. Coal dirt, coal dust, ashes. But these are all made of aluminum. And they're painted, and there's what's left of a glitter-covered pine cone. 3 light bulb sockets made of Bakelite. Now the cord is okay. I'm not going to have to do anything to this. That's a little bit of glue residue right there. The plug is just fine. It's the original, and it's all still soldered in there the way it was when it was new. And the tag, I hope you can see, I'll read it and then I'll show it to you. It says, Christmas tree lighting outfit. Let's try to get it to where you can see it. You see that? I love these old tags. In cardboard, it's just been hanging on all this time. Now, the way it works, you remember, your grandparents had this in their house in the 50s. Here are these 3 plastic bells. And the light bulbs have these cardboard pieces that you just simply put over the base of the bulb. And you feed it up through the plastic bell. Yeah, that's it. That's what holds it in place. And then in it goes. Oops. What did I do? Okay, there we go. Just screw it in. That's it, and it just very loosely hangs there. Now remember, I hope you remember, these old light bulbs put off some heat. And even this one tiny little, I think that's called a C7 if I remember, that puts out some heat all on its own. And so there's plenty of space for the heat to escape through the bottom, and the bulb isn't going to touch the plastic bell. Put the second one on. And then I'll show you, I'm going to have to get creative with bell number 3. And we'll wait until it gets dark tonight and plug these in. Well, here's the third one. But what I'm missing is that small piece of cardboard that holds the bell in place in between the light bulb and the socket. So I'm going to have to fashion one myself. Wait, let's try to get it to where you can kind of see what it's going to look like when I get the third bell on there. Okay, we'll put that on there. This probably, oops, let's get back in view. This probably came from a dime store. We always think of Kresge and Woolworth and Grant's and Ames and Murphy's and then all the little local hardware stores in your hometown. And I imagine it didn't cost more than maybe $1.49, something like that. So very nostalgic, and I'm going to go ahead and be finishing the repair work on that later, and you'll see that all lit up. And then if you recall, several videos back, I showed the finished product. I have two of these. Now you've already seen one completely finished. I haven't done any work on this one yet. I did take all the foil reflectors off, and I'm still working on getting them back into shape. So the second one of these 50s light up wreaths will be ready to show you later. And I was in a thrift shop on Frankfurt Avenue here in Philadelphia. Wait a minute, let me get some of this hot cider for just a second. I was in a thrift shop on Frankfurt Avenue, and I saw this tin, which I knew was not old. That's, like a 1980s, 90s, maybe even 2000 era tin. Oh wait, it might even have the date on the back of it. Made in China. I can't see, but it has, I knew it wasn't old. That 50 cents on it. Well, I could hear something was on the inside, and when I opened it up, look at what I found on the inside. Do you know what these are? You do. These are original foil reflectors. None of them are bent or torn up, and these are going to go all the way back to the era of these ornaments here, the 1950s. Look at this. There must be, 15 of them right there. And these are textured. And look at this. Can you believe it? This is probably, I haven't really gone online. I'm not selling these, but if I were to go on to the auction sites and check the comps on these, this is probably, this has to be $30 worth of these reflectors. And these are all, clipped together with a piece of florist wire, but there's probably 10 in that stack, and, as I said, another maybe 15 there. So even though I'm going through the hassle of restoring the originals that were on this, and as you remember, they were completely smashed, I could have just replaced them with these old stock, but I'll save these for another project and continue restoring that lamp, that wreath the way that it was. But just to give you an idea, here's the old electric cord, lights, and these reflectors work as such between the socket and the light bulb. And then all of a sudden you've got this wonderful reflection. And these may be older than you think. These turned up, these foil reflectors actually turn up after the war. We start to see these after 1945. And so it's not necessarily just a 1950s and 60s thing. They come on the scene in the late 40s. Anyway, so the lesson is, when you see a modern looking tin, give it a shake. If you hear something inside, who knows what's lurking? Well, I just wanted to share that with you. It's a quiet afternoon, And you can't really see, I'll let you see in a minute what's over here. It is a hot mess on this floor. But also, I'm not going to do it now, but later I'm going to show you these wonderful old Christmas cards that I bought in a great big stack. I'll leaf through just a few of them. Some are very Art Deco and very 1930s. Let's just look at a few. I think you can see and read what it says. I might do something creative by putting these to music and just not me doing any talking, but just sort of leafing through them and opening them up. And would you like that? I'd like to do that. It'd take a while, but I'm not going anywhere. Look at the blue on this one. That's something. The old-fashioned tree. Well, I don't want to show all of them to you right now, but I probably have 3 times as many as this stacked up over here that I'm going to go through. And let's turn the camera around and I'll let you see the mess I've made over here. All right, this will give you a little bit better idea of the view. All those boxes. And there's some glass up in the window. I haven't yet processed for sale yet. Ignore where the furniture is. Everything is moved all around. Nothing is where it's supposed to be. There's the supervisor. Some more Christmas things over there on the window. Let's zoom in on the supervisor. Fast asleep. Well, I want to show you. Here are 3 of my vintage 1950s Christmas decorations. Now, this is not how I'm going to decorate. They're just sitting here on the mantle right now, so I can show you what they look like when they're lit up. But I'm not sure where I'm going to put them. This isn't their permanent spot. There's one of the Christmas wreaths in the center with all the foil leaves straightened out again. Let me move in. I think I showed you the first one that I restored, and then this is the second one. And then up here is a metal, well, he's hard plastic and metal on the back, and that's a flocked Santa. And then here are the Christmas bells. There's a shadow, I know. And this poor thing still needs, the bow is kind of sad. I haven't straightened out the ribbons yet. Let me get back down here where you can see it better. But what I want to tell you is, now I know it doesn't look very bright. I have the other light on in the room so it shows up. But watch what's going to happen. You ready? Everybody watch. Oops, wait a minute. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Wow, you see it brighten up? Well, obviously these are on a dimmer. And because I'm using Christmas light bulbs from the 1950s, dimmers really help the life of the old light bulbs. And I want to thank a couple of subscribers who reminded me to talk about that. I talked about it once before, but I want to show you, and please ignore the mess. I am doing all kinds of rearranging, and there's some Thanksgiving up there and some Christmas up there. You can see all at one time. But I want to tell you about these dimmers. I really like these. Here's the remote control. That's all the way off. I know that the lighting is dark. And then you turn it on and you can slide this up. And as you slide it, your lights get brighter. can't really see it. I will put the specs in the description box below. I'll tell you where I got these. They weren't cheap. I think they were like $15 each. I bought two just to kind of get me started because the dimmers that I had I didn't like. I like these better with this remote control. It does tell you on the packaging how much they can handle in terms of how many strings of lights you can apply. So you want to find out with your light bulbs, how many watts you're talking about and what the load is on the string. And you got to be careful about that. But this is perfectly fine. And to keep these cool, I can really put them on half or all the way, very low. So it cools them off, and it also saves the life of the light bulbs. So I wanted to show you that. I'm starting, a little early for me. Just getting everything ready. Anyway. Well, okay, everyone. Thanks for watching me on the floor with all this mess. I can't wait to get it all decorated next weekend. Enjoy yourselves today with whatever you may be doing. And as always, thank you for watching. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. So long for now. Oh, now what's down in here?